I am convinced that my whole family is just part of a TV show and that we're secretly being filmed, because not only was I a menace when I was a child, but my younger brother and sister were no better. They are no better. And my brother and I, we rained terror on each other. I once told my brother to take a whiz on his tablet, and it was already cracked, so he did, because she was crying and he needed to go to the bathroom, and I didn't want to help him go to the bathroom, so I just told him to pee on it, and he did. And then it broke. My parents were not impressed. I also put my brother in a dog cage once. My friend and I also got really mad at my brother once while we were in the hot tub, so she grabbed his arms and I grabbed his legs, and we threw him into the rock-hard snow. Needless to say, he was very upset. He was crying the whole time. But my sister is also bad. She once sprayed bleach in my older brother's eyes, and she dumped flour all over the kitchen. And when I say all over, I mean like literally the entire kitchen, including herself. And when a couple of years ago, she and my brother got into my dad's big work truck and they backed it into our house and like wrecked some of the house. And we had family photos once, and my brother decided that that would be the perfect time to get into some house paint, which does not come off the skin easily. And he was wearing his swim shorts, and so for our family photos, he was covered in white paint. And yeah, pretty much we just rain terror on each other our whole lives. Me and my brother get along better now, but we still continue to just torture each other. And my poor parents, I don't understand how they put up with us. Sometimes I question how my parents made it through, because me personally, I would never have made it. I don't know how I'm gonna have kids, because I feel like they're just gonna be little ogres. And like, I also remember once I poured all of my mom's shampoo out and then I skated on her bedroom floor with it. Oh, I was the worst. We were all the worst.
I can't be the only one who's scared to ask their parents to buy stuff for them, and I don't mean like new clothes or books or whatever. Mean even basic things like toothpaste or snacks. And it's not because they're mean or anything. I love Woohoo Mama and Pop Pop IG. I just feel bad, like I'm already using their water, food supply, and root. Thanks, and sorry for everything else. I stick to using shampoo as body wash. I did go out and buy the stuff myself, but booty broke, so I take stuff from my brother sometimes, because I don't care about that rat.
I kinda wanna leave my trio. Don't get me wrong, I love them both very much. I feel left out sometimes though. They have matching PFPS, they usually call without me, and I kind of feel replaced, because they're always on call with this other guy just because Hey is one of their crush. And I'm happy that she's getting close with her crush, but I sometimes feel replaced and left out. I haven't said anything to them because I'm just scared I eat gay. Why? Okay, bye.
Am I the only one that thinks it would be funny if we just stopped using the skull emoji altogether? Like, hear me out. What if we just used random ass emojis? Like, imagine being in an argument and going, Stvuvro, or delete TS. Help!
I started vaping for my New Year's resolution. I went to the vape shop and said, I want to start vaping. What is the best vape? The cashier really said, well, all vapes are technically bad. Like, no shit, Sherlock. When I hit the vape for the first time, I started coughing like I was Walter White. Also, hitting the vape felt sus, because why do I need to suck?
Does anyone else ever feel like sometimes their girlfriend just, like, forgets they exist? Like, she obviously loves me and cares for me, and she always has. But there are times where she will be active on apps and things, and then I'll text her, and she won't even respond. And it makes me feel like I'm a burden, even when she says I'm not. And I want to know what I can do to, like, fix things. Because I don't want to spam her and annoy her. And she says I can never annoy her. And that sometimes she isn't even active or on her phone. And I think my brain is just overthinking and going crazy. But sometimes my brain is silly, and that's probably all that's going on. What do you guys think? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and if my GF sees this, then I'm sorry.
why kids these days aren't children anymore, because when I was in grade 12, I was studying in this little shop, drinking my little drink, studying for my biology exam, when these girls come in, which, you know, that's fine, and they're being loud and fun, and I'm thinking, oh man, like, that's great. I'm glad these girls are getting along. And I'm thinking they must be in maybe 8th or 9th grade, because that's what they look like. I mean, they're not super tall, but I'm thinking, you know, they have to be at least 8th grade. And these girls are giggling and having fun, and then I hear them start talking about things that I wouldn't expect 8th graders to talk about. Like, they start talking about, like, corn. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, wow, what are 8th graders into nowadays? And I must have been making a face at them, because one of them's like, oh, guys, look, she's looking over. And I was like, oh, shoot, like, oh gosh, I'm making a face again, because I'm very expressive with my face. And then they don't stop talking about it, and they just keep going. I'm like, okay, just ignore it. And I put my earbuds in, and then a few minutes later, all 3 of them walk up to me, and I'm like, oh no, like, what now? And they start talking to me, and they're like, what grade are you in? What are you studying for? La la la. And they start like touching my stuff, and I'm just like thinking, what's going? And then one of them is like, can I sign your binder? And I didn't really answer. And so they just start signing my binder, putting their Snapchat IDs on there. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? And I was like, okay, you know what, whatever. And I was like, what grade are you guys in? Thinking maybe 8 or 9. And they go, oh, we're in grade 6. What? No, you have a full face of makeup on and you're dressed like, no, I don't, no. Well, no, you're not. I refuse to believe that anyway. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And they're like, yeah. And they're asking me all this advice. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I have this conversation with these girls, you know, whatever. And then one of them, they go back to sit down. I'm like, okay, now I can focus on my studying, right? Because I'm there to study, right? I'm not there to just like chit chat with these 6th graders. And then they come over and they're like, can we show you something? And I was like, sure. And so one of them pulled out their phone, and they pull out this like Roblox thing. And mind you, I've never played Roblox. I don't really know how it works, or was it Roblox or was it Fortnite? I don't know. It was one of something. I think it was Roblox, but it was like Roblox, not child-friendly stuff. It was something like that. I don't know what it was, but it was terrifying. And they're just like standing there giggling while showing me this like explicit animation. And you know, when I was in 8th grade, I was pretty innocent, and I talked about boys, but it was like, oh, he's so cute, la la la, like nothing crazy. And they're over here talking about how one of them got railed by Brody the other night, and I'm astonished. I really am. I'm scared. This next generation, they terrify me. They truly, truly terrify me.
Yo, if you guys think my life is freaking crazy, I have some news for you. My mom used to know Ash Trevino. Like, guys, I'm not even joking with you. I was sitting on the couch watching her live stream because I'm so invested into the drama. Like, I'm not interested into Ash Trevino, but it's so funny how people diss her and shit. But back to what I was saying. My mom comes to sit right beside me with a remote in her hand, and she looks at my phone screen. And she's like,
how do you know this lady?
I tell her that she is just someone who is getting popular for something bad. Then she says,
oh, I used to know her back in high school.
I turned my head to look at my mom. I thought that she was kidding until she told me the story. So my mom used to go to Kinder High School for the performing and visual arts. They were paired up in a project together where they had to go to each other's houses. My mom would often go to her house, and Ashley would go to my mom's house. While my mom was at her house, she would see Ashley's dad get drunk and abuse her mom. They would hide in the garage to finish their project that they had to do. But my mom would mostly have Ashley come to her house so it wouldn't be as stressful. After the project, they actually became inseparable friends, and Ashley would move into my mom's house for like 2 months. Until that summer, my mom went to the bathroom, and when she came out, she couldn't find Ashley anywhere. She tried looking for her outside, but came back inside to hear laughing from her dad's bedroom. So she looked in her dad's bedroom and saw Ashley and her dad kissing and making out. She screamed and ran 5 miles to her mom's house to explain what had happened. Eventually, by fall, her dad got arrested for having intercourse with an underage minor, which is literally crazy because I've never met my grandpa a day in my life. so it's probably why she never talked about me having one. But I literally feel so bad for my mom because she had to see someone who she believed was a best friend make out with her own dad.